Woo! Selamat datang ke Fiza O and Girlfriends, brand new setup untuk artis kita hari ini. Antara ikon bola sepak negara kita. Tepukan untuk Aide Iskandar. Saya bukan sekarang. Wow, Aide Iskandar. Okey. Bila tadi Abang Aide masuk dalam studio saya macam like, wow, is he going to touch the ceiling? He's that tall. To put things in perspective, saya kalau berdiri sebelah Abang Aide, kita berdiri Okay. This how tall he is.
Okay lah. Dia taller players now.
Sekarang ni kalau saya berdiri sebelah Abang Aide Iskandar ni, dia macam terpelanting tau. I look so disproportionate. Dan terima kasih Aide Iskandar.
Sama-sama.
Untuk bersama dengan Fiza O and Girlfriends. Tepukan untuk Aide Iskandar. Tepukan untuk Aide Iskandar. Salam. Okay. So tengok, suka dengan stadium negara stadium negara yang ada di belakang kita sekarang ni. Hari ini live sekarang ni di YouTube juga di Facebook. Jadi kalau awak sedang tonton di Facebook, jangan lupa untuk terus share. Hari ini kami besar hati sangat. Mungkin ada yang tengah, hari ini adalah first day untuk kembali ke sekolah untuk P2 lah, P3 lah, P4. Anak-anak Abang Aide 2 lelaki 2 perempuan.
Betul.
Dan yang paling bongsu tu dah homework. Wikipedia kena update sebab Wikipedia cuma tunjuk 3 anak aje. Ibu tahu juga Please Wikipedia, please update. Aide Iskandar 4 anak ya. Yang bongsu berapa usia bang?
Okey, yang bongsu sekarang akan masuk 8 tahun. So dia P2 lah this year.
So hari ni first day back to school.
First day.
Jadi your wife Azrin is like
busy, you know, the last few days has been busy lah untuk kita suami isteri lah. Nak prepare untuk ni lah anak yang bongsu ni lah, especially because P2. My other daughter yang nombor 3 sekarang dah 15 years old this year, so dia secondary 3, so not too bad lah. I think more or less dia dah.
The two boys?
The two boys, okay. Yang pertama Andre sekarang tengah serve national service, so he's got another 11 months to go. Then after that he will be ORD. My second boy will be waiting for his O levels result. So I think the O levels result akan keluar mungkin minggu depan. So I think
mak yang stress lah.
Mak yang stress lah.
Mak dia macam mak dia lah ambil exam dia punya stress Anak macam like I'm okay. Mak dia macam mana anak aku ni, kesian dia. Of course as a dad, are you like kita ada banyak soalan tapi bercakap tentang anak sekarang ni, what kind of a dad are you? Are you like macam the garang dad? Looking at you, I think you're the cool one. No.
Yes, I look cool tapi I'm firm. So my kids, they know that I'm a father that is very supportive, but at the same time I'm very principled. So my values that I try to inculcate to them, they make sure that they follow. But I'm not the type to shout. I'm not the type to nak pukul anak. Tapi I'm very firm. So they know.
Jadi kalau your wife the escalate case tu kat you, berarti it's serious matter.
Serious matter, betul. So my wife will do the shouting, my wife will do the nagging. Then I will come in to do the intervention.
Bapak dia mengelacak semua macam okey mak dah bawa pergi ke persidangan high court sekarang ni. Okay, so we have a lot of questions hari ini actually. So we have some celebrities yang I tahu adalah big soccer fans, especially mereka telah pun have so many opinions of the latest AFF Suzuki Cup baru ni yang telah membuat ramai have so many emotions.
Betul.
But I feel like kita ramai bersatu hati kat social media for the team as well. But before that, some fun questions untuk Aide Iskandar. Bang, you ready?
Betul, ready.
We are ready. Oh, by the way, tadi yang bola tadi kan, I nak ada disclaimer. Ini adalah bukan milik Aide Iskandar, because ini adalah bola yang I beli untuk anak I. Just ini bola apa ni? Ni. Bang, terima kasih Bang Sudi berdribbling dengan bola ni yang plastik ni bang.
Sebab every child has to start somewhere. Okay? Macam for me pun bila zaman budak-budak kita pun tak pakai bola Nike, bola Adidas, kita gunakan bola plastik. which is actually $1 je. Pergi kedai mama, collect duit dengan
Kawan-kawan.
kawan-kawan, chip in 20 cents each, and then we go to the shop, kita beli, then kita main. That ball can last maybe 1 month. Then, kalau rosak,
Beli lagi lah?
beli lagi lah.
Share lagi lah?
Share lagi.
It's basically seorang 20 sen lah?
20 sen.
Okey, baloi lah kan?
Baloi,
Main
best.
sampai pancit.
Main sampai pancit.
Adakah bola $1 tu bang, yang $1 tu, bola yang telah membuat abang kena talent scout?
Talent scout, yes, potentially yes, because dulu bila kita main bola di bawah kolong, sekarang dah
Tak ada kan?
dah tak boleh.
Itulah macam mana Ya, aku macam mana bang? Apakah pendapat abang?
Okay, that one ada little bit sensitive lah nak cakap. Sebab dulu tak ada too many people to complain lah. But now banyak orang nak complain, and with the evolve of social media, so banyak yang diberikan perhatian terhadap
Keselamatan, the safety thing, tendangkan kepala orang.
Betul.
Okay,
Jadi kita fahamlah. But at the same time,
bila abang main kolong blok tu macam but you glitch belajar
but glitch belajar. Then kita punya school bags become our goalpost. So can you imagine? So ini a goalpost kan? Kan you nak main tapi tak ada goalpost. So we put our school bags as goalpost.
Betul, I baru ingat lagi. Bila balik sekolah nanti nampak budak-budak balik letak bag-bag goalpost.
Betul.
Jadi dulu budak Milo bang
Oh, macam ni tahu?
Itu pertanyaan oleh DJ Champion Casey.
Ini Casey mesti kasih tahu.
Dia kata, tanya Abang Aide, dulu budak Milo tak? Sebab dulu, budak-budak zaman sekarang, mereka tak tahu apakah istilah budak Milo. Budak Milo, Abang terangkan abang, betapa macam amongst the boys kan, di kalangan budak-budak lelaki ni, kalau you budak Milo, berarti like, wow, you dah secure lah.
No, you ada status lah.
Status yes.
Because you pakai baju Milo tu dulu baju Milo ni ada 3 color. Hijau, kuning dengan biru. So kalau hijau, you belong to Gloucester, which is the west side. Kalau kuning, is actually Farrer Park. So you budak Farrer Park lah. Kalau biru, you budak Mountbatten. So east, central dengan west.
Dia dah macam ada fight Macam kan nampak kuning, habis kau cantik banyak balawar muka kau.
So bila kita naik bus, kita nampak budak baju kuning, budak baju biru, wah, dorang ada respect sikit. Tapi my journey to become a Milo player wasn't that smooth lah. Wasn't that easy lah, I would say. Because because you can start to go to Milo school at the age or as early as 12, 13, 14. You see, because there's under 12, under 14, under 16 and under 18. But because back then, bila I dah ada minat nak main bola sejak 11 years old, tapi mak tak kasi. Mak cakap, because this training ni cuma tiap-tiap hari Ahad. So dia ada 2 hours, 8 to 10. But at the same time, clash dengan my religious class. So sekolah
agama. Mak tak boleh. Mak mengamuk. Mak kau berani tak sekolah agama Mak tak boleh. Okay, mewakili the team of mak sampai hati kau nak belakangkan agama untuk kelas bola kau. Sama timing pula tu tak ada yang timing. Tak ada yang lebih awal ke lebih lambat, tak ada.
Tak ada. So I had to wait sampai umur 16 tahun lah. Bila 16 tahun dah habis, then mak kasi pergi. So dapat juga try, pergi trial, then alhamdulillah dapat.
Alhamdulillah. Berkat mak suruh tunggu tak apa. Mak doakan, jangan takut Aide. Kau akan masuk punya. Dah 16 tahun anda dipilih untuk ke Milo team.
But sebelum tu Monday to Friday kan kita boleh train sebab tak ada sekolah agama. Jadi I try to represent school lah. So my school back then was Tanglin Technical School. Not the best of team, tapi I persevered lah, kerja keras. So I was like defender, attacker, midfielder, played dengan all the good schools, but I got scouted. So they ada satu scout ni nama dia Robert Lim. So he invited me to go for trials for the what they call it, combined schools. All the best players to play in the combined schools.
Wow.
So that's when my journey started. Robert Lim.
Dia
Dia.
That one that had that good eye.
Good eye.
Yang nampak something is in you.
Correct.
Adakah you pernah tanya, saya suka tanya pada orang yang berikan saya peluang.
Okay.
Untuk tanya kepada dia, what did you see in me then? Do you ask him?
Yes,
Ever?
I did ask him. He said that I was a raw talent. Ada potential, ada skills, tapi it's just that I needed to be polished lah. So alhamdulillah dapat didorong dan my career kick off from there lah. And
tadi ada kucing lari. tu nanti scout dia juga.
Yeah. But so most important is that bila diberikan peluang, kita harus cuba sedaya upaya untuk
jangan kecewakan orang yang kasih yang berikan peluang tu.
Betul.
Kan?
That's
Jangan sia-siakan.
Betul.
I think when you're playing, can I safely say ada sebahagian daripada Aide Iskandar yang tak nak kecewakan orang yang berikan you peluang?
Yes. Definitely, especially bila diberikan captaincy.
Oh,
itu lagi berat. Tapi we get there.
We get there. Yes, we will get there. So, are you ready for the fun questions untuk Aide Iskandar? And if you're ready, jom kita tengok the first question. Apakah favourite club Aide Iskandar? Dang.
My favourite club has to be Casey. Can you answer this for me? Casey, you're in the same team. Okay, Gregory Man United. Glory Man United. Glory Man United.
Alright. Okay, bros. Terima kasih. Awak nanti bunyi jeng Okay. So, favourite club. Okay. Favourite player?
Okay, back then in the 80s, bila I start to play, my grandfather actually introduced me to Manchester United. That's why I got...
dia macam family club lah.
Fell in love lah dengan club
okay.
lah. Then I like this player called Brian Robson. He was called the Captain Marvel. So he was very inspirational. He worked hard in the team and he protected his teammates. And not only he can defend but also can score goals.
Yeah. Okay, bang, minta maaf. Okay. Sorry bang.
Yeah.
My husband marah I tadi.
Brian Robson. Then after that, I started to play in the national team. Then beginning to like players like, of course, Fandi Ahmad, our local player. Siapa tak suka Fandi Ahmad?
Yeah. Dia macam everyone's sweetheart.
Yeah, it's everyone's sweetheart. So Fandi has to be our favourite local player lah.
Yeah.
International player, I would say Brian Robson and also Rio Ferdinand.
Oh. Jadi, I pernah nampak, okay, I'm going to get to the Fandi side a bit soon. Bila tengok nanti kan gambar you.
Okay.
So, okay, I think we've answered the legend player that you suka.
Yes.
Awal tadi.
Yeah.
Because orang, like for the kids who tengok you, Aide Iskandar legend. But to you, awal tadi, these are the legendary players that has impacted cara you bermain.
Correct.
And I think the players that you pick adalah bukan setakat mereka berbakat tapi hard workers.
Yes, hard workers and have good values of the pitch.
Good values,
well.
yeah.
Correct.
Kan?
Yeah.
I pernah dengar ada istilah ni yang katakan bahawa it's good to be born smart, for instance, tapi lagi penting lagi untuk be hardworking.
Agree, definitely. And also smart, hardworking, and also must have humility lah. Mesti ada respect. I think that's very important.
Have you ever, okay, get ready suspense You pernah nampak tak bang downfall of a player yang kekurangan humility?
Ada. Okay, yeah, ada. I think there are a lot. Kurang humility dan
contoh bang, tak sebut nama, but you see the how macam you nampak dia terus like was it mendadak popular, mendadak big become like macam playing international level and then terus berhenti.
Yeah, I ada a couple of teammates lah. I don't want to mention name. He was probably the best, one of the best players that I ever played during my playing days. Then he actually won. He was on a high, but lepas tu he get carried away. I think this is very important in any footballer's values, that they must have discipline and humility lah. So I think unfortunately my teammate tu dia lack of these two, and he went down the drain after that lah. After a couple of years, and it's very sad to see because he could have contributed more to the national team.
Yeah.
And we could have won more trophies together.
Wow. Yeah. That could have been
That could have been.
Oh. Sekarang ni semua orang tengah cari fikir ni. Siapakah lelaki ting 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 yang bermain dalam fikiran Aide Iskandar? Semua orang tercari. Ni mesti dia ni. Ni mesti dia ni. Ni mesti dia ni. Tapi itulah dia. The mystery of it all. Tapi ni saya tanya lepas ni. Tetap aku nak tanya juga. But I feel and that's why ada setengah pemain bertahan.
Yes.
Right? For very very long. You don't see them macam ada yang tak prominence tau. But they are there for very long because they are a good team player.
Yes.
Kan itu pun so they are in the basically having a lot of caps.
Betul.
Playing a lot of international games. But Abang Aide over 127?
121.
121 caps. How is that even possible? Like you go like I'm like mana ni? Mana ada masa ni? Macam itu tapi kejap. Bila masa dia muatkan semua ni? Kan? 121 caps, Aide Iskandar. Wow. Okay. Next one. Okay. Most good looking player. Dang. Okay, ni fun question.
Okay, ni fun question. Okay, I boleh campur dengan the Malaysia Cup punya player.
Boleh bang.
Boleh. I think the most good looking players back then, these two lah. Abah Saad dengan Fandi Ahmad. Okay. Dang. Because every time after the game, diorang dapat bunga. So, it tells a lot kan. Casey jangan ketawa Casey. Can you imagine you dapat bunga? Terbalik kan, actually perempuan dapat bunga. This one lelaki dapat bunga. So,
Banyak,
every game.
Okay, jadi bila sampai je, okay. Kasih kita perumpamaan. Okay, do you all usually discuss dekat locker room ke macam mana? Is there like what room is it that you all lepak after a game?
Okay, kita usually before any games, be it in Malaysia atau be it in Singapore, kita akan stay 1 or 2 nights in the hotel. So during that period, then after the game usually after the game, because usually before the game I think the fans they know dia tak boleh kacau the players.
Betul, nak kena fokus.
Kita nak fokus. But usually after the game nanti the players are in a good mood, you know, especially after menang kan. So you can see them you can see them you know, banyak bunga. Sometimes they get I don't know what kind of gifts, so I leave it up to them.
Dang. Effect, come on. Apakah what kind of gift? Ni zaman lama bang, zaman lama. Ni zaman kita primary school, budak-budak. So kita aku tengah tak cocok macam like.
Tak boleh. I tak nak retakkan rumah tangga orang.
Oh, okay. Dah jawab dah. So bunga dia, okay, what happens to the bunga yang tak angkat je bang? Because you only have 2 hands. Yeah. So adakah you all distribute? Bro, kau suka bunga ni tak bro?
Tak. So I think I don't know what they do with it, tapi I think they will keep it in their room lah.
Wow, almost every game bang akan dapat Almost every game. Wow. Okay, bercakap tentang this most good player, I ternampak di Facebook. So I ajak followers dekat Facebook, dekat Instagram untuk drop me your DMs apakah soalan untuk Aide Iskandar. So got there's one man nama dia Nazmi dekat Facebook. So you can actually check out his comments. Dia kata dengan dia cakap like literally this. Dia kata, "Can I know?" Okay, this soalan dia. The words I tak takut tambah jap. Nanti orang cakap nanti I fitnah pula kata tambahkan. Okay, ni dari Nazmi in words. Why is he still gorgeous at that age? Lelaki ni Why is he still gorgeous at that age?
I think he is referring to you.
No.
Because gorgeous is actually for
a girl lah. No. Okay.
Ni satu lagi. Depan tengok kat skrin.
Yeah.
Fiza O and Abang. Lelaki juga ni. Kau tengok. Wow. I tell you, okay, this is the thing tau about good looking people tau. When a man praises like a pretty girl, you go like, oh, okay, thanks. But when a girl comes up to you, a girl, like, hey babe, you look so good. We like, oh, girl, thank you. So bila kita lelaki puji lelaki, kita cakap normal lah. Tapi untuk lelaki mengiyakan, betul lah bro, kau handsome lah bro. You feel like, kau betul ke bro?
So we always have doubts lah actually. Tapi thank you. Terima kasih.
Kata Mia Idora, Aide Iskandar, I can still recall your young look. So cute, young boy. Jadi ada tanya kan, macam mana you maintain bang?
Maintain? I think importantly to eat well and also to exercise lah.
What kind of diet you amalkan?
Okay, sekarang I'm on a keto diet, so I don't eat carbs. So I tak makan nasi for the last almost 2 years. Dah 2 years lah, correct. 2 years.
Deng, deng, deng.
Yeah.
Yang penting actually getting on a diet is one thing. But untuk kekalkan tu.
Agree. So you have to exercise. So like for example, before coming to this interview, I was in the gym lah. So I did a half an hour run. I did a little bit of weights. So you make it like a habit lah. So I don't try to do it every day. I used to do it every day, but now I try to do it like 1, 3, 5. And then over the weekend I can eat a little bit more, a bit more desserts and stuff like that. And then Monday back to the gym. Do a bit of running and do a bit of weights.
You dah lama jaga makan macam gini bang. Dimas lagi tempted tak masa macam kadang nampak geram tak?
Actually tak, because dah is a routine already. Dah macam biasa. Yeah. So
pertanyaan ikhlas macam mana bang you tak geram bang? Ada fudge cake lah, your bus burnt cheesecake lah, you macam okay, I'm fine.
Message.
Ada message lagi? Apa siapa? Lin Fahmi, I just want to thank you and the 90s team for instilling the love of football in me. Oh, SG Home Game was a family affair even though I was just a little girl. Yes kan? Yeah. I akan tunjukkan lagi banyak gambar-gambar yang akan mengimbas semula. When I saw gambar-gambar ni kan, all thanks to Aide Iskandar, I rasa macam zaman-zaman dulu ada stiker. Kita beli tau. Oh, I beli tau. I my brother. Kita collect stiker. Kita collect those like sticker books.
Yes,
kan?
right.
Was a big deal. Okay, cards.
cards.
Siapa ada cards? Tolong tinggalkan dalam comment section. Kalau you ada cards, kalau you ada gambar dalam card you, please ambil gambar, tinggalkan dalam comment section. I akan screenshot, I akan hantar ke Aide Iskandar nanti. Terus share, terus like live hari ini sebab hari ini we have a legend in the house, Aide Iskandar. Dan soalan seterusnya yang kita ada untuk Aide Iskandar, kita ada favorite coach.
Wow, favorite coach. I think I have a lot of favorite coach. I think I appreciate all the coaches that have coached me. But if you were to ask me which coach yang
meninggalkan kesan yang paling mendalam sekali.
Kesan yang paling mendalam. Robert Lim is one. Okay,
oh yeah, of course.
He's the one who actually identified or spotted me. Secondly, I would say Steve Darby from Home United, because he actually taught me about man management. So not only about how you coach players on the pitch, but also how you handle players off the pitch.
Wow, tu susah tu.
Yeah, so there's always a lot of people don't know that whatever you coach players on the pitch, you have to coach that, or you have to handle them the same off the pitch. But actually, it's not the same. It's different. Yeah. Then the third one, would be Robert Lim. Not Robert Lim. Robert Alberts.
Robert Alberts.
Yeah, Robert Alberts. Because I won our first S-League title with Home United. So I think he is actually a good coach on the pitch. Very tactically sound type of coach. Last but not least is actually Radi Abramovich, the one that we won 3 AFF Suzuki Cup. Under his leadership.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jadi there you go, favorite coach of Aide Iskandar. Besides yourself. Kita juga ada okay. You can or choose not to answer this, but siapakah antara, of course coach lain, manager lain.
Betul.
Untuk orang-orang yang soccer noob macam I. Of course, coach is managing players on the field.
Yes.
Manager will be the what aspect of it?
Okay, manager would be to handle the welfare aspect of the players and also the administrative side of
I see.
the house lah. But okay, I think there's a little bit of differentiation because in Europe they call the coaches managers, but in Singapore or in Asia we call the coaches actually. So there's a slight difference. But at the end of the day, whether you call manager or coach, I think they are still managing the players lah. Yeah.
So you've answered really tadi lah, your favourite coaches.
Yes.
Okay. Is there at least one that you want to answer for this time round?
The least favourite coach.
It could be personal experience, or it could be like macam international.
I think I just like attractive football. I think a lot of us we prefer to watch teams that play attacking football. So the one that I don't really like to watch teams that are being managed by coaches or managers that play negative football, that play defensive football.
So it's less exciting.
Yeah, it's less exciting and it's boring. Okay, and I think the players won't develop because you need to win games, right? And in order for you to win games, you need to attack. But at the same time, you must also try to defend as well, lah. But I think it should be 70% attack, 30% defend as well.
I think that's a very good point yang Aide Iskandar bring up about defensive playing and attacking, kan? Actually, I want to get to that later on, but since we're on this, I nak tanya pada you, a lot of like prominent soccer players, lebih of your strikers, those that score the goal, and for yourself as keeper, you are like the ones that actually help untuk tahan bola tau. You actually very important untuk jangan kalah so teruk, you know, in a way, in a way. But then if I don't know whether it's true, but does a striker earn money or whatever kalau you score a goal? And does anyone keep track of you stopping a goal?
Okay, there's a myth lah. A lot of people think kan, if you score goals, technically yes, because a lot of nowadays, especially in this era, they go by data. Okay, so when they go by data, they go by number of goals. It's easy to buy players. If let's say the players between A and B, and you know that no matter how good B is, but A doesn't run that much, but he score more goals. I think automatically the club or the manager will actually buy A lah, based on data. But I think nowadays it's the coaches or the managers, they tend to actually select players not only about scoring goals, but also how can the players contribute
to the team that they have.
Yes. So not only about scoring, but also about defending as well. So I hate to say this, but I think Jurgen Klopp from Liverpool, I think he's adopting this approach. So before he select any players that can actually blend into his current team, he must ensure that these coming players must have the same attributes as the current ones.
Oh, so it's easy integration,
Easy integration, because it's not about personal glory, but it's about the team.
Wow. It's not about personal glory. Itu susah tu bang?
Itu susah. But to answer to your questions, yes, I think the strikers tend to get more not contracts lah. I would say endorsements, like for example, because they are the prominent ones. The defenders and the goalkeepers, they are because they don't score goals, but they defend. But at the same time, I think good managers, they know how to value every individual, whether the goalkeepers or the defenders or the midfielders. I think every department play an important role for the team to win.
Actually, one of the questions that I nak tanya ni pasal adalah the most serious questions about the earnings kan.
Okay.
Before you okay, by the way, kita ada soalan untuk Aide Iskandar yang ada antaranya kita akan simpan untuk you all terus watch sampai habis rancangan. So we'll get all the answer throughout the show. Tak boleh kasi semua lah. Kita kena hulur tarik pasal gaji, pasal ni. Do you all have a KPI tak? Macam so that it contributes to your bonus ke, it contributes to your incentive ke?
Yeah. So based on local punya scene, from what I know is that the team has KPI. The target for the team probably, like for example, we need to win the title, the S-League title, or we need to win this tournament, the AFF tournament. But we also need to look into the quality of the team, and we need to be realistic in making that goals lah, that whether that targets can be achieved ke tidak. So if let's say they hit that target, then they will be compensated, they will be enumerated, so they will be rewarded by big bonuses lah. Yeah, so that's for sure lah. But at the same time, they also match bonuses for every game that you win. Yeah, this is actually to motivate the players to try to reach the end goal. Yeah.
Macam to make every game count.
Every game count.
Not setakat just the big games. Yang ni kecil-kecil ni kau slack.
Correct.
So you akan as a coach yourself, adakah you cepat tangkap tak on a slacking player?
Yes. You
So
can
a
see.
manager can like, or coach can see that.
Yes, you can see that. Yeah. So it's important lah to tangkap that, like what you said, to actually identify as early as possible, because you don't want to set precedent for the rest of the players macam duduk dekat bench to see that why the coach is playing players yang tak perform, that is lacking. So you have to be fair to the rest because we have 25 players in the team.
Yeah. So yang dekat bench ni, the bench players, they're like, you give me the chance, you give me the chance. Don't nak sangat, and then you are not appreciating that peluang to be on the field.
Yeah.
Oh man. You pernah, have you ever understood the feeling of a bench player?
Because yes, I was a bench player at the age of 17. Yes, I was a bench player. I had this player. I don't mind saying this. I think he was a very good player. Nama dia Hairi Swab. He was actually in front. He was playing first 11, and I was actually on the bench. I was a reserve player, and I told myself, in order for me to be playing, I need to work harder. I need to seize the opportunity bila given an opportunity to play. So. That particular year, it was very unfortunate for him. He had a knee injury, and he was out for 6 months. So I seized that opportunity. So when I seized that opportunity,
tangkap jangan lepaskan peluang.
Yeah.
Jangan lepaskan. Gua gigit sampai dapat.
So when I took that opportunity, I played throughout the whole season, and I was voted the Young Player of the Year lah.
Wow.
So Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
So,
jangan sia-siakan peluang, no matter how small it is, no matter how temporary yang diorang kata, okay, it's not permanent it's temporary.
Correct.
Tapi that temporary thing lah for you to prove.
Betul.
And that small window you dapat menang what? Youngest what?
Young Player of the Year.
Young Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Siapakah sejauh ini yang pernah dinobatkan before you Young Player of the Year? Big names, some of the big names yang dapat dianugerahkan Young Player of the Year sebelum ini.
Okay, sebelum ni banyak seperti Indra, Ahmad Latif, Adam Swandi. Yeah, so these are the players that have won the Young Player of the Year lah. So by me winning the Young Player of the Year, I was also alhamdulillah rezeki dapat was selected into the Malaysia Cup team lah. That's where that's the biggest step of my life lah.
Berapakah usia Aide Iskandar when you were, so at 17 you were in about 18 like that, you were in the national team kan?
Yeah.
When you were selected into the Malaysian team, how old were you?
Okay, I was drafted at 18 towards then I was also in the national service, and I was the youngest player in the team, in the Malaysia Cup team. I think I've been telling this to a lot of people. Recently also at Nazri's wedding, I was sharing with with Syed Azmi. I was telling him that it took me 3 months to actually settle down because I was in daze. Macam it was like a dream, having because these are the players that actually dream team, These are the players that actually I was at the National Stadium, Kallang National Stadium.
Tengok
beli karipap, beli kopi, tengok duduk belakang goalpost, watching them play week in week out, and then suddenly I am in the team on the same pitch, in the same changing room.
I dengar ni dream
Yes.
Wow, you meremang tak bang first time on the pitch?
Yeah, mesti. I was like,
bila keluar kan, they were like the main players keluar kan.
Yeah.
And then you belakang okay, you were walking belakang siapa bang waktu tu?
I was walking, I think belakang Tong Hai.
Lim Tong Hai macam like, biar betul. Lim Tong Hai pinch me now. Wow, ayah, wow. You were the youngest, of course.
Yes.
And then they were all your abang-abang. What do you call them?
I call them abang. But then on the pitch, it was so difficult to call abang. So even Malik was telling, don't call me abang lah.
Sebab abang Malik dah lari dah bola.
Abang Nazri say, don't call abang, just call name. So I said, okay lah. Then we started to call name lah. But of course, our respect. Kadang-kadang we try to call them like boss, cap, So That's how we.
Yeah. Because right before you were captain, it was Abang Nazri Nasir was captain. So takkan nak macam bro kan? Macam bila Abang Nazri, cantik kau bagi aku bro.
Hormat sikit.
Macam banyak cantik sekarang So of course dia macam ada this unspoken kadang-kadang macam respect untuk you berikan. And I feel I walaupun I bukan dorang, I rasa I appreciate you doing such little but so meaningful untuk hormat your seniors. Okay, jumping off sikit. Yang ini adalah kalau you have to support a team, what's your favorite country in World Cup?
Okay, of course I would like my country, support my country.
Amin, amin, rabbal alamin.
Inshallah one day they will get.
One day, yes.
But other than that, I think I support countries like Brazil and Holland. I think back in the 90s, I think these two countries they played attracting football, and also they have many good players that really excite the World Cup, the tournaments. So, but this current World Cup, there are many good teams as well that are coming. I would love to see one of the Asian teams actually go beyond or get into the finals lah. I think South Korea had done it in the semi-finals back in 2002. So inshallah this time round the World Cup will be in Qatar. So hopefully one of the Asian teams can actually
dapat terpilih mara ke separuh akhir at least lah
At least.
Macam represent
the Asia.
Okay, so I feel like macam of course there's ups and downs in your soccer career because you were in a dream team, everyone loves it. Pernah tak you rasa macam, because and cakap bila tadi I tanya pasal World Cup, you were like of course lah I want to see my country in it, because when you were in a dream team tak rasa, and but you never lose hope. You were like okay tak apa, kalau my team tak dapat, at least this young generation, these younger players, young Lions one day will be able to dapat the dream.
InsyaAllah.
Have you ever lost faith, in the part dalam permainan, dalam your career? You look like you look
lost faith. I think we have to accept the reality that we are still far behind. Losing faith, no, but I think frustrated, yes, because I personally feel that we could do a lot better as a country, because Singapore as a country, we have done well in many aspects. We got one of the best airport. We got one of the best, hotels like MBS, in the world. So I think we have achieved that. But I think football, there's potential, and we can do it. But it's just that we need everybody, all the stakeholders, to be together and to share the same dream. And inshallah, one day we can.
Talking about sharing the same dream, of course lah, the training first. Oh, okay. Ada yang. Okay, we're gonna go for a short break sebab we got for Abang Aide hot latte.
Alhamdulillah.
Tu pun nak beritahu orang, hot latte. Tu nak beritahu orang. Like, let us take a 30 seconds break, okay? Sebab nak tanya pada Abang Aide, we're gonna answer pasal training facilities kat Singapore. Like, do you think it's enough or more can be done?
I think more can be done. And I think Sports SG, they are looking into this. They're actually trying to help FAS with training facilities, and I think that is something which we don't have. I think we will be one of the countries that in the world that do not have training facilities on their own. Because if you go to many countries, like for example Malaysia, they have their own training facilities.
Untuk soccer aja.
Untuk
soccer players aja.
Yes, the soccer player, and they have, and I mean, if you go to Thailand, they have plenty. So of course we know that land is very scarce. But I think we can always integrate it with, like, we try to think on innovative ways lah, how we can actually build football fields. Maybe not on land, but maybe on buildings. You never know. But at least there's some place for them to train. That's very important.
I see. Wow. Aku macam manager macam dah. Okay, I see. Nanti akan apungkan aku macam mana. We're going to take a short break. Dan next question kita tanya kepada Aide Iskandar. Jeng. Can we have some jeng? Because nak tanya kepada Aide Iskandar, misconceptions of soccer players. Apa yang orang selalu salah faham, salah sangka tentang bola sepak. Lepas ni dalam Fiza O and Girlfriends.
Ingin menjadi penaja rancangan Fiza O and Girlfriends mempromosikan produk atau khidmat anda, email ke business@fizaogirlfriends dan dapatkan pakej yang sesuai dengan bajet anda. Be a part of my sponsors on board with Fiza O and Girlfriends. Terima kasih kerana setia bersama saya. I look forward to working with you, and let's get back to the show. Hi, Fiza O and Girlfriends is now fully digital.
Duhai cintaku, sayangku, lepaskanlah
perasaanmu, rindumu, seluruh cintamu.
dan kini hanya ada aku dan dirimu sesaat di keabadian. Assalamualaikum semua, saya Alif Aziz.
Saya Bella Astila.
Jangan lupa untuk tonton, support dan subscribe ke Fiza O and Girlfriends di YouTube, tempat channel yang paling gempak yang korang akan have a lot of fun with. Jangan lupa untuk subscribe.
Hey, terima kasih dan welcome back to Fiza O and Girlfriends dengan the iconic Aide Iskandar. Wow, kalah. Ole, 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 ole. Ole. This is the only soccer team in our history yang ada album sendiri.
Oh,
Soal
okay.
album,
Album, yes. The Dream Team, eh?
The Dream Team punya album, yes. Casey hafal lah lagu dia.
Oh, Casey,
Yeah.
okay.
One song bro, one song. Come on, Casey.
Alamak kalang kabut.
Tak dengar. Kabut. Dengar, tak dengar.
Cik, ada. Dulu saya beli dia punya CD.
CD, dulu, yeah.
And
Dulu
therefore,
CD,
I'm
yeah.
Fandi and here's the score, the
Yeah.
captain of 94. So this is like the dream team betul-betul lah. Dia adalah zaman-zaman whereby orang betul-betul collect sticker book, sticker. We're gonna go to that because kita ada banyak gambar-gambar. I'm telling you when Aide Iskandar forwarded to me the photos, I macam, oh, these photos are gold. Sebab tak jumpa online.
Correct. You won't get it.
Ni zaman-zaman sebelum social media. Kamera. I trust me, I will cari semua. Kalau ada pun pixelated.
Yes.
Alamak, susahnya. So bila nampak thanks lah. Okay, kita nak tunjukkan soalan lagi, the questions. Okay, misconceptions. Apakah antara salah faham public masyarakat tentang pemain bola sepak?
The conceptions, misconceptions that kita selalu receive. The stigma about people punya perception that football players ni, they are not smart. They don't have qualifications.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's interesting. Okay, itu tak terlintas. Okay, interesting. Okay.
that's one. Number two is that being a football player, there's no future. So
Back to number one tadi. Why do you think orang cakap macam gitu? Oh, have you heard it? Pernah terdengar tak macam, alamak?
Yes, pernah terdengar, and I think I experienced it myself lah. Dulu bila sekolah, my cikgu ni dia cikgu Melayu. Then at the same time secondary school. Then at the same time dia also cikgu for sepak takraw. So dia tak suka budak Melayu main bola. Sebab dia kalau boleh nak suruh budak Melayu main sepak takraw lah. A bit selfish reason lah. That's one. Number two, dia cakap without qualification, it'll be tough, football, yes, but nobody can become like Fandi. So he actually threw me a challenge. Do you think you can become like Fandi Ahmad? So I took that as a motivational punya factor lah. So I worked really hard. I proved him wrong. But at the same time, I also pursue studies lah. Although when I reach
Dah masuk kelab Milo semua tu.
dah kelab Milo kan, bila dah ambil O levels, and then I was supposed to go to Priu. I didn't go because I was sent to Czechoslovakia. Back then Slovakia was together with Czech Republic for 3 months to train and to play football. So bila balik, straight away being drafted to the national team and then got a full-time pay. So I felt that, wow, then whether should I continue study or should I just play professionally. So it was a dream to be a professional player, kan?
Yeah.
So I continued to play football, professional player, and then earning a lot of money lah, and alhamdulillah, rezeki. Although my pay in the Malaysia Cup team was the lowest because the youngest, kan? But the bonuses actually was more than what we were paid.
Wow.
Because we were winning, you know. So and alhamdulillah juga I was grounded. I didn't spend it. So slowly then I beginning to realize I set goals to myself lah. Kalau let's say I don't solidify myself to be a first 11 player, because you need to be a first 11 player in order for you to get contracts. Because contract back then was like 1 year, 2 years at max.
Oh.
Yeah. So by then, so you need to be able
Perform,
to be
tak perform.
tak boleh. So you have to be at your best at all time.
Susah tu.
Yeah. So bila age 21, 22 dah nak kahwin, then started to think, I think I should should continue my studies, take diploma. So I took my diploma, distance learning. Then bila dah kahwin, 25, I felt that, what if let's say I were to retire, then I'm going to have a new family. So I took part-time studies, take my degree. Yeah, alhamdulillah at the age of 28 I got my degree. So
Congrats. Degree in apa bang?
Degree in sports management, marketing and leisure. Alhamdulillah. So that's my forte. So now I make use of my degree lah to set up my own.
You saw it.
I saw it.
Yeah. Bukan, so there you go. Bukan orang tak boleh belajar, orang boleh belajar dan orang nak belajar dan itu tak sia-siakan peluang. Like you're trying to macam mana like to get the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Ada get your diploma, get your degree, but at the same time not losing sight of your dreams untuk dapat jadi pemain negara mewakili Singapura. Czechoslovakia first game
First
in New Zealand kan?
The first game New Zealand. It was in New Zealand.
New Zealand tu work.
Okay.
I betul kan?
Well done.
Itu kan New Zealand. Macam tepuk sikit untuk Fiza O. I macam feeling like, bukan Czechoslovakia, it's New Zealand. Wow, like at that age, belum sampai 20 tahun, ini belasan tahun je, 18 tahun, 19 tahun. First game New Zealand after Czechoslovakia.
Yeah.
Wow, how macam mana you untuk young players who was probably watching ataupun orang yang cepat nervous. Ada orang ni doesn't have to be young players. Kadang-kadang orang dah in their 20s, play a number of games, tetap nervous. Some of them are probably like club players.
Yes.
Kan? And what I feel like kadang-kadang you are so good, so talented, tapi you stunted in your real game sebab terlalu nervous.
Agree. Okay, so I think that's the mental aspect. Most important, after transitioning myself from player to coach, then I always try to encourage the young players or those aspiring young players. So they must understand that big games, yes, everybody will have stomach in the butterflies, for sure. But once the game start, once the referee blow the whistle, your adrenaline should be high, right? So when you are high, then you should be focused on what you need to do. So focus on your role, number one. But to actually to overcome this is actually to put in the effort before the game, which is the preparation for training. So if you are equipped, if you are confident and you are comfortable at training already, you already know that when you go to game, it's going to be easy. But the minute that you don't prepare yourself well before the match in training, and then you go into the game, you always have this 50-50, thinking that I think the opponent is better than me. So you must be. So I think that's the mental aspect.
Wow, this is somehow benda yang sama I dengar dari champions.
Yeah.
They give me the same thing tau, sama. Kebetulannya dia like they get nervous, tapi they feel like if you put in the work, you macam exam, you dah belajar depan depan. Yeah, you get nervous but you know you dah belajar depan belakang. Let's do this.
Let's do that.
Wow, itu dia kata-kata dari bukan saja national team player tapi captain, babe, captain. So misconception kedua tadi, Aide Iskandar said something like misconception tak ada masa depan.
Yes, tak ada masa depan.
And why do you think orang public yang tak dalam this soccer scene cakap macam gitu?
Okay, I think I don't blame them because looking at our certain players and also the current status of Singapore football sekarang kan, because we are a small country and those were the days during Malaysia Cup days where we actually participated in Malaysian league. But now we created our own league. I think it was good in the first 5 to 8 years, the spillover of the Malaysia Cup days, and I think people are still following the players that played in the Malaysia Cup, and also they played in the S League. But after the economic downturn, and then S League clubs beginning to actually try to save money in order for them to stay afloat. So when they do that, right, because football you have to invest, and we must understand that football players, the career very short. So if you don't pay them enough, they will actually be moonlighting.
And you cannot afford them to moonlight.
You cannot afford them to be moonlight because they are professional players. And so I think it cuts both ways. So kita nak kena be fair. So that's the reason why I also laid this to my kids lah. So and I think they understand.
Ya, tadi break tu walaupun ada sekarang tengah break, tapi I tetap make him work soalan like, so bang, your anak tak main bola sepak? Oh tak, because you told them the reality of main bola sepak. It's not glamour at all.
Agree.
Dia kerja keras yang they see you go through.
Yeah, I think most important I ask them is one thing: whether are you willing to make sacrifices? Are you willing to slog, to be disciplined, and to put in all the hard work? Because studies, yes, you have to go to school, and then you have to pass your exams, right? Then you have to go for your extra classes, you have to go for your tuition, then you have to go for your training. So you must ask yourself whether can you afford, or are you prepared to go through all this? So I ask them one to one. So if you want, then you have to put in all the effort. You cannot complain that it's too tired.
Tak ada life.
Yeah, tak ada life. And you cannot live on my legacy, because you cannot go to the coach and say that, oh, I'm Aide Iskandar's son, please select me. No, I told them it's not going to be like that. I want you to take the hard route. That means you have to earn yourself in a place in that team. So they tried. I think Andre and Adil, they tried. But after 1 or 2 months, they found it difficult. So they decided to focus on studies first. But regularly, I will
go for trainings.
I go for training, and I will play football or futsal with them just to keep that bonding.
And I think also because this is a number of an interview with Aide Iskandar. I cannot remember what media it was. The paper, I can't remember. A number of years ago, you said that you were tired. I think it was a sudden resignation. You suddenly resigned.
Yes.
It was sensational, but it was before a big game. It was before a touch.
This is during playing days, is it?
Playing days, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this, I think a lot of people don't know. 2007, I got my wife was pregnant.
Anak nombor
3.
3, okay.
Okay. So these are the sacrifices. I think this is a good opportunity for me to share. For all you know, I and my wife, we did not have any honeymoon at all. Okay.
Selama 13 tahun.
Selama 13 tahun.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Azrin is so like, tak apalah abang, abang. Dia macam, pergilah abang. 13 years. Honeymoon ditunda.
So, like for example, tomorrow is my wedding day. Today I'm still training. You see, there was a game actually, and then after my wedding day, the following day I have to report for national training. So the other sacrifices that my wife Azrin made was actually to induce my second child, just so that I can actually go with the team to play with a peace of mind. So that was in 2004. So I promised her, I said that I will try to win this cup for you, and Alhamdulillah we won the 2004 cup. Yeah.
Wow.
So 2007 is the same thing, and I was I was already 32, 33, reaching that age. So I told myself that I've always wanted to live
on high.
On a high. Yeah.
You had that vision already.
I had that vision, correct.
Untuk you, kalau you nak beredar ke, you nak tarik diri ke, biarkan orang ingat apakah kemenangan terakhir Aide Iskandar.
Betul.
Okay.
Because I don't want people to tell me, hey, you actually cannot play already lah. I think you should resign. So I don't want that. So you should live on a high. So I did that, and so I moved on to play club football. And at that point of time also, I just came back from playing in Johor for a year. So I think enough is enough. So I came back, then I moved into coaching lah.
Orang peranjat bang
Yeah,
baru menang
Baru menang.
Baru menang. Mesti orang gaduh ke? Kenapa bro? Like, do you fight? Sebab orang kita kita kerja office, kerja biasa, ada work politics.
Yes.
So of course orang kaitkan ni soccer politics ni, di soccer politics ni.
Politics everywhere ada lah. So
Jeng. Aku ni kat bab-bab 6 tu tambah ni banyak. Macam jeng. So since on the topic of politik, ada tak main politik ni?
Ada. I think I will be lying if I say that tak ada politics. Because I think there's I go back to the part where I say that every stakeholders need to play their role, need to be together, and in order for us to achieve our dream lah.
Sama-sama, yeah. It's not your own pride and glory.
It's not pride and glory.
It is the team and the nations.
Correct.
Kan?
So I think like in work, commercial work or corporate work, work life kan, they are very tribal. Okay, this is my tribe. I must protect my tribe.
My
this is my territory.
Aku kau jangan pijak wayar aku.
Yeah, so it's the same lah
okay.
in sports as well lah. So that's why sometimes you hear horror stories here and there, but they need to iron this out lah. Because football is the only sport that can actually unite all races, everyone together.
Age kisah perempuan, lelaki
ke apa.
Yeah.
And everybody can just cheer and then be proud. To like for example the recent AFF Cup was fantastic. Yeah.
Betul bang.
Yeah.
Dia orang macam tiba-tiba je like semua orang bercakap berkawan. Tiba-tiba kita wow dah ni. Okay, bercakap pasal the latest tournament that I rasa menyatukan hati warga Singapura. I have a number of celebrities yang merupakan sports and soccer enthusiasts, specifically yang ada soalan khas untuk Aide Iskandar. So inilah dia artis-artis yang telah pun have like questions. I did not tell Aide Iskandar tadi, but here they are. The first one yang have this question is.
Assalamualaikum Abang Aide Iskandar. How are you? Nama saya Ryan. Then I have a question. I'm sure you follow. I think everybody follows the recent Suzuki Cup tournament, and I rasa Singapore played really well, especially with the game with Indonesia. The whole tournament, I think they were good, but I think luck was not on their side. So, as a player yourself, do you think the referee that day was really not doing his job? Do you think it's normal, or do we actually need VAR? Let us know.
Wow. Yeah. Sports enthusiast. Sebab I think Ryan, I'm not mistaken, dia pernah juga ada pengalaman, playing for a club himself.
Yes.
So dia cakap tu dengan dia macam rasa sikit macam terkesan tau.
Terkesan. Yeah, I think I know Ryan. Thanks for that that question. I think it was a very good question. I think we all can be proud to say that the Lions actually played a very good game against the Indonesians. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the referee decision was questionable. Just would like to touch a little bit on that. I think when we were playing, I think I learned also from certain coaches, and one of the coach actually said that struck my mind was, yes, we can always try to go out there and play our best. Yeah. But there are also certain elements that is beyond our control. Like for example, referee, weather, fans, So these are the things that we have to expect. Yeah. But unfortunately, on that particular day, the referee was controversial in certain decisions making. But I agree. I think because we are so into VAR now, because we are exposed to VAR from EPL, from TV, right? So AFF tournament should also have VAR. because people are already accepting VR. Before VR was implemented, a lot of people were very skeptical. Say that, no, you're actually...
The beauty of the game is...
Yeah, you actually kill the game, the flow of the game. But, it's the same as electric cars. At first, people were thinking, what if, let's say, the battery got burned, got exploded, But I think now, slowly, you can see a lot of electric cars on the roads. So I think it's the same with VR. I think VR is critical now because people have already accepted VR. So I think we should have VR. And I think with VR, a lot of decisions that referee make would be in our favour. And we would have progressed to the finals. But unfortunately, this is something which is beyond our control, and maybe there's a blessing in disguise, because if, let's say, we progress to the finals, we will not have 3 players because of suspension, like for example Safwan, Hassan, and also
3 players
Irfan. So
how do you run that? How do you run with just 2 wheels on the car?
Correct. Yeah. So but at the end of the day, we have to applaud the Lions, their performance, and I think that spirited performance actually gave us hope and belief that Singapore football is back. So I hope, I urge and I adjure the players now, and also the young players, the upcoming young players, to actually set this performance as a benchmark for them to actually try to continue to play in every game and every tournament. Because the fans are expecting them to, because we have really shown that you can play this type of performance. So we want to see that. Anything lower, I think the fans will be disappointed. So
dia nampak ni tau.
Yeah.
To them now, this is like above.
Yes.
This is the standard we want to see.
Correct.
And want to see more.
Yeah.
Kan? Because you have already just raised the bar.
Agree.
Like of whatever, like macam ada yang mungkin for the past month or years they have not been catching up with the local scene, the local soccer scene, and now we have just picked the interest untuk come back and rally. And I think if they were to have the same performance and even more, lagi lah, we could have the same energy of Dream Team back again. Like, we can feel it out on social media kan. Cara orang tag, orang bercakap, like as if they've never left the group chat.
Yes.
They did left the group chat for a bit. So okay, tadi I know that you also posted on your Instagram, abang, you saying that I want to give my inputs and insights on the tournament. What else would you like to add on?
I think there are a lot of. I think it's important to reflect. What are the things that we have done right, and what are the things that we have done wrong as well. So, unfortunately, we lost the coach. He has resigned and he has joined, his former club. Actually, I was hoping that he would stay because he has done a great job, fantastic job over the past 3 years. And I just felt that he could actually try to develop more young players and also develop this team into the next tournament in the Asian Cup this coming June, and also the Suzuki Cup probably end of the year. He's so close into going to the finals, but I think that with more time, I think he will could have gone to the finals or even win the tournament. So my insights, what I would like to give is actually, like I said first, players they need to believe that they can do it. I think the last game showed that they have shown great belief. Even though they were playing one man down, they still continue to fight. And we got the equalizer. We could have even won the game if Faris Ramli had scored a penalty, right? But unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. And we even actually played attacking football, or even had chances when we were actually 8 men down. So that belief
lagi orang macam rasa kalau 3 man down ni kita dah boleh macam gini bagus.
Betul.
Imagine kalau full team kita power semua. Dah aku dah pakai macam power semua, power feeling belong. You have to give me pause for step gerik kat sini macam like power semua. I have another one. Juga sports enthusiast, also very passionate about this latest AF Suzuki Cup, and dia ada soalan untuk you juga, also about the coach that that resigned. So inilah dia orangnya. Tadan.
Assalamualaikum Abang Aide. Okay, I actually have two questions. First question is, we don't have a technical director and now we don't have a coach. So do you think Singapore football is taking like 3 steps forward and 5 steps back kind of thing? And do we start from square one again? What is the next step? What do you think? And the second question is, can you name at least 3 young players from the SPL that didn't make it to the national team but has the best potential to go on for the next step? Yes. And hi Fiza.
Actually, what Fauzi asked is very interesting.
Yes.
Sebab I terfikir untuk tanya you juga about you scouting talents.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question tadi Fauzi kata pasal the coach that just left.
Okay. I think the first question was a valid question. I think it was a very good one. A lot of questions now in the air. People are waiting for answers from FAS. Who's going to be the next technical director? Who's going to be the next coach? Because the technical director just resigned, I think a few months ago, I think last year, and the head coach for the national team also just resigned. So we have 2 important shoes or positions to fill. And also noting the fact that the next big tournament will be in June and also at the end of the year. So the Lions need somebody to actually guide them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I believe so. The FAS is actually now working on getting a new coach behind the scenes. They are actually clandestinely, trying to identify who are the coaches, potential coaches. And that process could take some time. But I think personally, if you ask me, I think it would be good to appoint an interim coach to actually continue, because next week there will be an international week. So you need to get the national players together again, and then to keep this momentum going.
Momentum is important.
Yes, momentum is very important. Yeah. So I hope coaches like Abang Fandi can be an interim coach while they are looking, or you should give it to him and see how he fares in the upcoming Asian Cup. If he does well, then probably he should continue and take the Suzuki Cup. So it's actually because we need somebody that actually know the players, know the culture, and know the fans.
Know the culture and the fans.
So it's very important. You no point taking a high or even a Jose Mourinho or Pep Guardiola, but he doesn't understand the culture here. It will take time for him to build the team. Yeah.
Understand dia punya chemistry of players.
Correct. And he need to scout players as well. So that will take some time, and whether our fans have that patience.
Sebab diorang dah suka dah tim ni dah.
Dah suka.
Diorang dah nak tim ni dah.
Betul.
Sekarang ni get me a proper coach for the team. Kan? That is their concern right now. Don't change up, because sekarang ni diorang tengah nak this main players to continue the momentum. Since we're on the we're going to ask about momentum now before we get to the 3 players. Sebab antara soalan yang I dah pun gonna change a bit of background for the national team players is that once you lose, once you stop sekejap, take a break, to get it back is such hard work. Apakah antara rutin atau regime like a national team player, dia punya susah payah dia yang kita orang biasa tak tahu?
Susah payah dia, okay, to get that form.
To get that form
is difficult. To pick at the right time is also difficult. Fitness you can actually build even if you lose it. Like for example, after a tournament, you should give the players break to recharge, re-energize.
Berapa lama tu berikan tempo?
At max, you should give the players 2 to 3 weeks. That's it. You cannot give them. You cannot give them more, because or else they will put on weight and stuff like that. So weight is also something which we carefully control. So to answer the question is actually the form, because in order for you to be sharp, because if you are away for so long, you'll be rusty. And you don't want that rustiness, because if you are rusty, then it will affect your decision making. So decision making is also very crucial, because because it's easy to say that, hey, why don't you pass here, because that is because they are being challenged in a challenge environment. If you tak in a challenge environment, of course you can just make that pass like main golf lah, you tak being challenged, right? Tapi kalau you're playing football, opponent come this way, opponent come that way,
Cepat tangkas.
So you have because it changes every single second. So that decision making is very crucial, and you need to be sharp. Yeah. So to answer to Fauzi punya first question, right? Dia cakap about the coach. So I mentioned about the coach, and I think the second one is actually technical director. Technical director also very important because technical director determine the structure of the ecosystem of the young players. So if you don't have that, our ecosystem will be without direction. So you need somebody that set the direction, set the tone, and set the philosophy, so that there's a flow of players coming up to the national team. And I think the best person will be Kade Yaya lah, for this position, because he knows in and out about the local players.
Wah, aku dengar aku pening macam. Susah nak jadi technical director So kadang-kadang bang kan, kini kita tukar topik sikit tak. Ada kadang-kadang bang geram bang orang macam like kalau kita tengok orang yang those that coach from the couch.
Okay.
Macam like, dia main apa ni, bodoh nak tu main lah. Sini aku main. Sini aku main. Tendang, pas. Bukan main lagi. Bukan pas itu, pas sini. Kenapa boleh macam gini? Does it, frustrate you on the field bila, do you hear that kind of stuff sometimes on the field? Bila you tengah main ni?
I mean, it's common lah, it's normal.
Boleh dengar bang
Boleh dengar. Nanti kadang-kadang,
irritating juga
Yeah, irritating lah. But I think the players are trained not to listen to the noises lah. So what they need to listen is only the instructions from coaches. Because they are the one who has the technical.
Ketawa ni kan.
Kalau tengah main bola, habis coach pergi pekik apa selalu
Apa coach pekik?
Pekik depends whether your positions are you in the right positions, or you should pass instructions to the other players who are further that the coach cannot hear. So those are the things that
Fandi, bilang dengan Fandi.
Wah, best
masuk dalam box. Kalau masuk dalam box suruh maybe siapa Malik awak suruh cross, something like that lah. Cross more, something like that lah.
Coach pun boleh kena red card
boleh.
Coach kena red card. Okay, how does a coach kena red card?
Coach kena red card because dia overreact lah, over emotional. Marah referee.
Ada protektif
gaduh dengan the opposite coach.
Macam ada dia box kan?
Ada dia own box.
Dia also ada own box.
Dia kena go behind that box. Instruction dia kena masuk box tu.
Betul.
Okay. Wow, that's cute. Coach pun ada box penalty juga Kau banyak cakap sini. Ni dia kenapa tak ada box penalty tak? Untuk coach ke atas juga. Kau banyak mulut. Kau sini.
Duduk bawah.
Kau sini, kau main kejap.
Jangan lupa 3 player.
3 player ya.
Okay, 3 player.
Because I want to ask about bila you tengah main, especially for an important game, pernah tak in your young career you rasa macam alamak, you make a bad, sometimes like terkehil sikit because you terganggu dengan orang-orang yang rowdy? Please.
Ada.
Sometimes these rowdy people kan, they have the loudest voice
Correct.
Nyaring
Nyaring.
Walaupun I bukan player, tapi somehow when you go to events kan, orang yang macam faham, dia punya suara boleh jadi kuat lah.
Ya, boleh kuat. Dia seorang dia jauh boleh dengar.
Boleh kuat lah. Lebih kuat daripada coach aku.
Adalah, tapi we try to don't focus too much lah. Although can be irritating, so we tend to
tak tengok pun.
Shut lah. Don't tengok at all.
Jangan tengok.
Yeah. When I was playing in Malaysia lagi teruk, or we go to luar negeri. I still remember we played kat Senayan 2004 finals. It was 100,000. Okay, and then diorang maki macam-macam lah, all the maki hamun all keluar, and then to certain extent they actually take empty water bottle, they use the kencingkan, lepas tu dia campak ke bawah, dia campak dekat dalam field. Kita dah Allahu Akbar. Yeah, so those things it happened lah. Then there was one game dekat Lebanon lah. We played dekat Lebanon. So dia punya bench tu quite close to the gate, and then fence kat belakang. So the fence tu boleh pergi kat gate, then can maki-maki kita lah. And then there was one time one of the players kena spat at lah. That was very nasty lah. So yeah.
Nasib baik dia maki tak faham.
Tak faham.
Dia maki tak faham.
Dia maki in Arabic atau apa dia cakap.
Tak faham macam dia punya maki tu macam smooth je
Dia maki macam doa.
Macam doa. Kau ingat dia doa kan? Bukan. Itu you kena explain. Tak boleh so cool tau.
Yeah.
You so cool, yang kena red card bukan dia. You kena red card.
Red card.
Kan?
That's why.
You takkan nak explain. Actually bukan air ni, dia maki air ni. Dia campakkan air botol kencing ni sekarang ni. Macam mana sekarang ni? Wow, I never knew of that thing. Okay, I actually have a lot of like macam what happens to the players because bila sometimes fans get very emotional. Yeah. And usually fans are emotional because they love you so much. Itu pun susah tau. You want fans to be dedicated, suka, macam tergila-gilakan you all, but at the same time, the other side of it is, kalau anything happens, tak menang, tak apa, they will also be overly emotional and they can attack you personally.
Betul.
And they can attack your family.
Yeah, betul.
3 soalan nanti.
Okay. So we can answer that question after the break. But right now, 3 players yang you nak scout the talent. You rasa macam like, I see you.
I think the 3 players that I personally feel because I've watched the SPL games.
Effect. Inilah dia 3 pemain bola sepak yang Aide Iskandar lihat. Oh, yang ni not in the main team.
Yeah, not in the main team, tapi should have been in the team lah. Not selected. I mean, I respect. I respect the coach punya decision, the players that they pick. Tapi I think there are 3 potential players that I think we should bring up or should play them. I think one is Jacob Mahler from Young Lions. I think he's a defender. I think he could actually be in the team and also understudy, so that I think this guy has potential to play in the national team because of his physique. He got good strength, good height. I think he just need to be to be playing alongside like Safwan, like Irfan, or like Haris. Then I think he will learn. He will develop more confidence. The other 2 will be the brothers also lah. I think these 2, Ryan Stewart and Haris Stewart. I think they have shown in their performance during the league. So I thought that they deserve a call up. But like I said, I think the coach has his own reason for selecting the 25 players or 23 players. Yeah. So I think these are the 3 players to answer to Fauzi's question.
Yeah, wow. Ni berjalan-jalan Aide Iskandar spot gambar. Tu ada gambar. Okay, kita throwback. Wah, lama. How can I forget? Kita Aide Iskandar is so kind. Dia bawa memorabilia. So ke sini, and it's not bukan calang-calang benda yang dibawa, tapi ini adalah the national team shirt, t-shirt number 5. By the way bang, I actually kebetulannya ada antara number 5. It's effort antara team 5 effort okay, mungkin Tuan Aide Iskandar boleh pegang. Oh, ini you are giving away I dan Casey hampir-hampir kita tak nak. Hampir-hampir kita nak hilangkan tadi. Wow, this is the real deal, man. 2, bukan 1 tapi 2. We're going to tell you in a while macam manakah Aide, and it's autographed. It's going to be autographed by Aide Iskandar. Dia tak boleh beli kat mana-mana. And anyway, these are really vintage.
Yeah, vintage.
These are vintage. There's no price to this. It's priceless Betul-betul. Dream team ni kalau Casey dah mood, aku dah ambil untuk lelaki aku dah. Apa biasa. Bila aku dah gini. Aku dah gini kat tepi. Awak ambil. Wow. Okay, kita akan Aide Iskandar will personally autograph it and kita akan pilih pemenangnya and I will pass it to you from of course our number 5 Aide. Before that, okay, we'll tell you how untuk you menang this expensive, priceless memorabilia. Tapi sekarang kita akan throwback sedikit kenang-kenangan what happened. Oh, ni a bit pixelated, but share with us kenangan ni.
Okay, ini kenangan menang Singapore Cup with Home United. That's my defensive partner, S. Subramani. So I think this was played dekat National Stadium, the old Kallang Stadium. So this is one of my key highlight moments during my playing days lah.
How old? Waktu ni berapa usia?
I think this is 25.
Wow.
We won the double. Yeah, so that means we won the S-League title with Home United and also the Singapore Cup at the same time.
After this, captain?
Yes. At this point of time, I dah captain.
Dah captain?
The captain.
Geram je aku tahu aku tambah orang geram bang Oh, okay.
So
this moment bang.
Yeah, this is the same. But this time this is the same venue dekat Kallang Stadium. So we won with Home United lah. So I think this is actually the dream team of Home United lah, because all the players we just knew that this is the team that when we walk in any games we know that we're gonna win.
You know.
Yeah, we have that confidence already. Macam it's just unbelievable. I don't know how to share it. It's just that bila kita masuk any games, we go to any games, we play regardless any teams. We just feel that today we're gonna win, but it's just a matter how many goals.
Wow.
Not being cocky, but I think that's how we felt lah. Yeah.
Baguslah, confident.
Bagus. No, I'm saying it. Wow. Macam mana nak dapat semangat macam gitu bang? Please give a coach on membangkitkan semangat.
It's a team effort because everybody was telepathic in a way that.
How do you get that? How do you get there?
Yeah, I think I have to give credit to the coach lah. Like I said lah, I think Steve Darby was the coach and he was the one who actually taught me how what is important not only on the pitch but also off the pitch. So this team was very close knitted.
I see. So dia dah, I know your move before I see your move.
Yeah, correct. So this final kan, this finals,
so excited,
the one that actually gave the pep talk for the team before going out to the pitch was not the coach. He actually get our kit man to give the kit man. Kit man is actually the one that actually in charge of our jerseys, in charge of the balls. Aww. So he gave the privilege for the kit man because the kit man was so nice to us. We all love him. His name is Rosli Dola. We all love him.
He's like the father.
He's like a father, and he has been one of the longest serving kit men for Home United. So.
Asal kau nak nangis tiba
So when he actually gave the pep talk, he told the team that just play and go out and win. For not only for me but for the coach and also for Home United, and we just so motivated to go and just play and win.
Go and kill, go. Wow. Boleh ceritakan ni bang. Okay, I am totally not a soccer expert, no player. I feel like semangat. Okay, jom. Okay, aku boleh. Tiba-tiba aku rasa macam yes, I am a soccer player.
So I think the lesson learned was actually every single
game.
Not only single game, every single player and including the kit man is equally important.
Matters.
It matters. So it's actually the whole team. So when you get that respect from every individual in the team, irregardless whether they are good players or bad players or lousy players or whether they are high-ranking officers or they are low-level officers, we must respect one another. And I think that's the key.
That's a healthy team.
Healthy team.
Right? Dia macam no one's bigger than the other.
Yes.
We all need one another. Your team, I rasa macam that's now I'm sorry to say that's a dream team of Home United.
Yeah.
I dapat rasakan that semangat in that one photo, in this one photo. Okay. So how long did this dream team last untuk Home United?
I think it lasted until 2005. There's a new management that came in and then tried to break the bubble. Yeah, so it was sad lah, because
What's not broken lah.
Trying to fix what's not broken. Faham bang, ni semua kerja politik bang. I pun ada kerja politik juga bang. I pun faham bang. Okay. Yang ni.
Okay, this is actually the second tournament as a captain that I won in 2007. We just came back. We played against Thailand to actually win against Thailand. Back then was actually a big thing.
Yes,
it's a massive.
Thailand is a big,
right?
Yes, strong team.
Yeah. So
untuk menang
it was so difficult, but I think we managed to scrape through. I was so proud of the boys.
Congratulations! It's big deal. It's a big deal. This is very sweet. Okay, I'm going to bring it up a bit. This article says, I want to be another Fandi.
Okay. This is actually for me to say thank you to my former Malay teacher. Ingat tak?
Ingat? Dia kata, kalau kau nak main bola, kau boleh ke macam Fandi Ahmad? Yeah. Boleh ke? Pertanyaan dia tu. Adakah ada tak teachers day yang you datang balik?
So far tak datang balik.
Tak terempat.
Tapi what was ironic kan? because that period of time pun, when he scolded me, he actually brought me to the principal office because he reported that I was wet lepas recess. I main bola dan balik pergi kelas dia peluh. So he wasn't happy. He put me. He said, "Come, go to the principal office." I said, "Why?" He said, "I came to your class on time. Why do you need to punish me?" He said, "No, come. I need to tell the principal." So knock on the principal office, knock on the door. Then the principal said, "Yes, anything?" So he said to the principal, he complained to the principal, "I want you to cane this boy." Then the principal was like, "Why? Why do I need to cane him? Because he's wet, soaking wet." So the principal said, "Okay, never mind, you go, I will handle him." So close the door. So the principal said, "I still need to cane you. I know you are not in the wrong, but I still need to cane you. But I won't cane you in public, but I'll just, give me your hand, I'll just cane you, pap. Then after that, you can go." 3 months later, there was an article about me being selected to be playing for the combined school. So the principal called me. So the principal called me to the room, and I was about to go to Thailand to play that combined school, to represent Singapore combined school in Thailand. So he took out his wallet, he gave me $300. I said that I'm so proud that you actually represented in the combined school, and you actually made known that our school is actually, you're one of the representing our school to be in representing Singapore. So he gave me that $300. I took it at that point of time at the age of 16.
Big
I was
money.
so happy, big money. So bottom line is, it's not that you cannot be another Fandi. You can. Of course, you can never be who Fandi is. Okay, there's only one Fandi, but you can try to achieve as close as what Fandi has achieved. Or, if you can, be a professional player, you can earn a comfortable earning. But at the same time, you must also start planning because as you know that football career is short. So that's the reason why I took that opportunity to achieve my dream, but at the same time also to think about what's career after football.
I find it very elusive you cakap pasal gaji kan. Ni dah tanya dah Pak Aide. In case orang macam like, oh Fiza controversial. Tak ada pasal gaji. And ada orang kata like Malik awak has famously said that budak sekarang untung dulu kita paid kecil peanuts but we were there for the love, for the passion of soccer. But right now, is it true that the soccer players are paid more than ever?
Okay, I think they are not wrong. The players in the past said that they played for passion and they were paid peanuts. Okay, I agree with them and I empathize them. Okay, they are not wrong, but at the same time they should also remember that times have changed. Last time you beli flat only 10,000, 13,000. Now you beli flat $500,000. $500,000, right?
Ada yang dah sejuta flat tau.
Flat tau. So last time I still remember night feeder bus only 10 cent, 15 cent. But now there's no way you pay that money, right? So I think we have to move on. I urge these former players don't try to discriminate atau don't try to be unhappy about what they are earning now. Yes, they're earning better than what the old players they earn, but at the same time, it's not that lucrative enough to say that you can be millionaire. No. Okay, I want to state the facts here. That's the reason why I want to give insights. But I just wanna. The money is actually outside Singapore. If you go overseas, you play
for
in big clubs.
Yeah,
you play for overseas clubs. They pay you good money. There will be sign-on fees. There will be big bonuses.
Bahaki?
Something like that. Bahaki?
Aku tu masuk Bahaki. Haris Harun. I'm looking at you too. So
to play in Singapore, you can earn a decent salary, but you won't make you rich.
Okay, faham.
Okay, but at this point of time, only one club in Singapore. There's a new owner.
The richest club.
The richest club is Lion City Sailor.
So, what is the richest club, bang? Just
Lion City Sailor. Formerly was Home United, where I played for lah. But now the Forrest Lee, the owner of Shopee, he actually bought over the club. So now he's investing a lot of money.
So that is a rich club.
That is a rich club.
So everyone wants to go to that club.
Everyone wants to go to that club because the foreigners that they sign. I don't know whether I can share, but I think they are earning, their transfer fee was like 1.8 million kind of transfer fee, and then imagine they are staying in condos where it's quite close to Holland Village. So these are, it's nice, it's perks, it's nice, and I feel happy. I hope there will be more Forrest Lee coming in to invest in Singapore clubs because it will be good for the next generation.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Yeah.
Macam you cakap, it's a short-lived career juga.
Correct.
So it doesn't mean that you get that 1.8 million or like that 100,000 ke 200,000 ke untuk lagi 20 tahun akan datang. It's a short-lived career. It's a short-lived career. How long bang usually? The average?
Okay, the average would be it depends on how well you look after yourself and how injury prone are you. Kalau let's say you are able to because it's a big sacrifice. It's a big sacrifice to stay healthy. It's a big sacrifice to stay fit. It's a big sacrifice to stay mentally sharp all the time, because you must sacrifice not to eat all good food. You must sacrifice not to go to clubs or not to go to parties. You must sleep early. You must make sacrifices not to have honeymoons, not to attend birthday parties, not to attend weddings. Sometimes you have to make sacrifice that you don't have to celebrate Hari Rayas.
And that's what you did.
And that's what I did. So if you're able to make these sacrifices, you're willing to put and devote yourself for football, inshallah your career can last maybe 10 to 15 years. Okay.
Which was did lah.
Yeah.
You lasted that long.
Yeah. And Alhamdulillah, I think Hassan is now 37 and he wants to play, continue to play. So I hope that he can still play for
I need to
another
get Hassan
1 or 2
on the
years.
show to ask him dia punya diet plan.
Oh, diet plan. Yes, you should.
Hassan diet plan write down Monday pukul 2 petang, 3 petang, 4 petang. Okay, and also I think this is very interesting. Malik Awab said that Aide is one of the best young talents we have. His biggest problem is that he lacks confidence. I thought it was interesting. As a sweeper, he needs to shout to organize his defense. He has to scold others. He's got to do it. He shouldn't feel small just because he is younger.
Yeah. So I was 18, 19 years old back then. So I think Malik pointed out very correctly there. Because you just imagine I was a sweeper. A sweeper is actually the last man of defense. I think Casey would know. My 2 defenders are actually the late Burhan Abu Sama and Lim Tong Hai. So can you imagine how can I shout at these 2 players?
Gini maaf tuan, boleh tak?
But I think the advice given by Malik was good, was valid. So I mean, respect aside, I think in football you need to be ruthless. You need to, if you need to shout, you need to shout. So I think I learned from there, and after that I evolved. And if any of the young players like Bayhaki or any other players that have played alongside me, they would know that on the pitch I'm a different person, off the pitch I'm a
Sekarang abang berbual pelan. Ni by the way, mikrofon ada sekarang kita dah pun tinggikan kita tinggikan maksimum. Sebab so saya kalau awak dengar kat studio, saya beri suara macam gini tau. Ada sekarang dia berbisik actually. So kalau on screen is the same level, means kita dah tinggikan suara dia berbisik. Dia macam itu saya rasa. So buat pitch lain
Pitch lain. Pitch, I'm a different animal. I'm a different animal.
Give it your all on the pitch. Which is is that the real Aide Iskandar?
Real Aide on the pitch, yes, I'm very competitive and I want to win. But at the same time, I'm very protective of my players so nobody can touch my players
Abang oh, this one, wow. Ni dengan Perdana Menteri kita. This was in 2005
2004. Yeah.
2004.
Yeah.
With this is what was this?
This is actually a celebration dekat Takashimaya, in front of Takashimaya. So usually after winning any tournaments, I think about 1 or 2 weeks later, we will have this kind of celebration. Yeah. So we had this, and it was a good opportunity for our Prime Minister to come. We were also invited to go to Istana, which back then was the President Naden.
Wow. Next one we have. So this is these are very rare photos. Tak jumpa online. And if you screenshot this, you see our faces. Gitu. Okay. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I like this photo. You know why? Because first and foremost, it's your idol right here. With the Fandi family, Wendy and all, and I feel it's so sweet because you are actually quite vocal about how much you love Fandi. And he's a legend to you.
Correct.
And for you to play alongside Fandi Ahmad in the Dream Team. And this article actually dia cakap pasal Daddy's Home, and it's just not about Fandi aja. Right below Fandi is actually you and your wife and your children.
My kids,
How does this article feel like to you?
I think this article was very important. This period, Fandi has stopped playing, And Fandi was actually the assistant coach, and I was the captain. And I felt that this we had a very unique relationship because we were very close, not only during the playing days, but also after Fandi stopped as a player and he became a coach, and I was a captain, and our relationship continued. So when this photo was taken, I was like, okay, this is actually a photo to keep for many years. And look at my elder son Andre.
Now
So
dah
chubby.
NS.
Dah 20 years old, yeah.
Yeah, dah NS. Can you imagine from here tunggu daddy's home, dah NS sekarang ni.
So can you look at the top? That's Irfan.
Oh, dah. How has time just flew by like that? Next one. Okay, this one.
Wow.
What is this?
This is 1994. So this is actually the following day after we won the Malaysia Cup dekat Shah Alam. And then we were flown back to Singapore, and from the airport we were immediately being picked up by a coach, and then we went to indoor stadium. From indoor stadium, there were actually arrangement for us to sit on vintage cars, open top vintage cars. So every player was I think there will be 2 players that will be seated on the open top, and then they will go around the national stadium, and then they will
Meriah,
a lot of friends, yeah.
Meriah. Wow. The fanfare.
Fanfare, yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't a football match.
Dia macam national day parade, eh?
Yeah,
That level, eh?
that level.
Wow. Have you ever seen such a fanfare after this?
No. Unfortunately, no.
Because the way you say that all of you in vintage cars circling the stadium,
Correct.
dengan all the confetti, all the macam like mini fireworks happening around.
Yeah.
This is like a national celebration by itself.
National celebration, correct. Because this is something like, it's not a real event. It's an impromptu event. And
Impromptu macam gini, eh?
yeah, because we won the night before, and then the following day,
Dah.
we were surprised that there were so many fans in the stadium that filled the stadium.
Wow.
So, my God.
Ni betul-betul prime days, abang.
Prime days.
Yeah. This one.
Okay, this one. I think you all know the Japanese player, the iconic.
Yes, I forgot his name.
Nakata.
Sorry, bang.
Nakata.
Okay, nak kata, dulu dah hot tau.
Dia hot.
Dulu, aku dulu hot.
Very hot. Not
Very hot. Dulu dah hot tau. The sticker, macam like Karen nak kata sticker. Like, oh, I remember. Yeah. The sticker. Oh, but hey, you were not too bad yourself. Heart drop, deng.
just like a kampung boy.
Come on. Apa tu, Kak Ezrin tengok, tak boleh tidur malam. Macam gitu, deng. Abang. Tu kira macam like heart drop sebelah heart drop. Gitu. Tadi sebabkan ramai lelaki tanya, macam mana Aide sekarang ni maintain handsome, maintain kacap, maintain. Sekarang ni, it's a lot of hard work.
Dah banyak rambut putih.
It's a lot of hard work. I mean, orang kata, it's a charm. You age like a fine wine gitu. This one, bang. What is this?
This one, after we won the 2004, we were invited by President Aide to come to Istana. We had this celebration, and I think all 4 attended. Yeah, so this was the second one, and I was so touched by President Aide because after this we had a photo, and then this photo he actually gets the President Office to actually deliver this photo to me personally.
Wow.
And behind this he actually wrote and he said, thank you for your contribution to the Singapore national team.
Wow.
And he signed. So it was
Personally handwritten, ditulis oleh Tuan Presiden waktu tu. Presiden Nathan sendiri. Okay bang, yang ni bang.
This is the guy, Steve Darby, that I told you.
That you actually liked as a coach.
So this was his last game, last match, and after this he left to Perak, and that's when the bubble was burst lah. So then after that, 2005 they never won any title ever since he left.
Who says everyone is irreplaceable? Who says?
Yeah.
Kan?
Only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell.
Yeah.
You think like actually kita keluarkan dia, kita replace.
Betul.
But sometimes you keluarkan dia tu lah the whole entire chemistry gets changed.
It's a domino effect.
It's a domino effect. percayalah only time will tell. Betul. Aku macam kononnya maknanya coach. Kalau you tak tahu, you ingat I dah lama coach soccer player tu. Suka aku okay. This one. Oh, ni dulu ada sports punya. Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the second time that I won as a captain.
Yep.
So kepala botak kan. Yeah, we were invited by President Aden once again. He was so happy, and Prime Minister was also there to actually.
Very proud moment.
Very proud moment. So to have this photo with these two iconic.
On the front page.
On the front page.
Yeah.
It meant a
Straits
lot to
Times
me.
Sports
Correct.
Big deal. Yeah. Handsome tu.
I look like a boy, I think.
Handsome How old were you bang?
This is 2007, 32 already.
22?
32.
Oh, 32?
Yes.
Wow, apa rasa awet mudanya? Minumnya jamu apa? Jamu yang gimana bang? Wow, ini 32 bang
Yeah, it is 32.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mesti also like I'm sure you have a secret. We're not telling us now. We'll keep you for the next show. This moment, what is it?
Yeah, this is very proud because you can see a sea of reds in the stadium. And this is the final of Suzuki Cup 2004 against Indonesia.
You were the captain then?
Yeah, the captain. So I had all the players' signature. This
yes.
is for me to remember, and in a way. For me to also thank them for all their contributions.
So Syaril Ishak.
Yeah, these are all the heroes.
Yes.
Of 2004.
Wow. Yeah, this is such a beautiful photo that you took. And that you terfikir untuk have semua orang untuk sign on it.
Yes.
Ini pun maha kejutkan Rezal ni. Tiba aku nak jual. Wow, this is really priceless
Yeah, this is
and
priceless.
there you are at the back, of course heading the team.
Correct.
Right there.
Yeah. Can you see that there's a plaster there on my above my.
Yes, what happened? Yeah, you famously have this plaster dekat your right.
No, I think not many people knew it. Before this final, because there was two-legged final. So the first final was actually in Indonesia, Jakarta. So a day before the finals, I actually clashed with Itimi Dixon. So my this part kening koyak. So I needed 13 stitches. So they brought me to the hospital straight away because I was bleeding profusely. So the doctor said, you can't play. So I said, no doctor, you just plaster me, I will play. I don't want to miss the finals, So I played throughout these two finals lah.
Tapi nak heading macam mana?
Just hit je lah, koyak. Belakang cerita.
Cinta pada negara.
Oh yes, cinta pada negara. Dia macam tak apa. Kalau koyak asalkan aku menang
Menang. Even if I have to break my leg to play, I'll play.
Wah, this is unconditional lah.
Yeah, that's the passion.
So your son saw it.
Yeah, my son saw it.
So that's the question put them. If you can play like I do, give your all like I do, then go.
Correct.
Okay. And they saw how you tak pergi honeymoon, how you skip a lot of things. This is I saw. Wow, this is vintage. Ini travelling party. Apakah berarti istilah travelling party?
Okay, this is actually a team. They're supposed to go to Chiang Mai for 1995 SEA Games. Okay, for your information, before 2003, the SEA Games was actually played by. There's no under-23 rules, so that means the senior team will play in the SEA Games. So this was 1995 and Fandi punya second last SEA Games. Fandi retired at 1997 punya SEA Games.
So he was the
So this team was so close to go to the finals, but unfortunately we lost to Thailand 1-0. So look at the team.
I mean Fandi Ahmad, then there's Malik Awak,
David Lee, Kadiyaya,
and then Borhan Bersama here. This is like, look at this, Nazir Nasir. Wow, that hair. wow. Rafi Ali, wow. Lim Tong Hai, wow. Okay, it's got a bit. Okay, I'm just trying to bring up more places you can see. Correct. Of course, the very young Aide Iskandar here. Ni how old you bang?
This 95 was 20.
20. How young, kan? So wow, this is really the start of your career,
Yeah, the start of my career.
The travelling party. So it's going to Chiang Mai.
Yeah, this is we went to Chiang Mai.
It's what Aide's Red Army.
Okay, this is actually the guy Mervin. He's actually, if you see the last game or the games during the AFF tournament, you saw that if you see the group of fans that actually with the drums, he's actually leading the Singa Brigade.
Wow, long time fan.
Long time fan, yeah.
Wow.
So this
Cinta.
Mervin, the history goes when I was coaching. He's a big Man United fan. Then I was coaching Hougang United. So I brought him, I gave him free tickets. And then he saw that, actually, why? Because he can sing all the United songs, you know. Dekat stadium where the Old Trafford, right? All the United songs, he can actually, because he's a big United fan. So he suddenly assembled a group of 10, and then the group grew bigger and bigger. So he started to support Hougang United, and when I was coaching, so we had this. He came up with all these chants and songs for Hougang United. So I mean, I'm grateful that he formed that group, and now he's leading the Singa Brigade. So I'm happy that he has evolved.
Wow. How? So aku tengok macam fans macam gini. Okay, we saw this just now. This your face.
Okay, this is this is when we win it in Thailand. So the face tells everything.
Yeah, that's everything.
You know, in order for you to be the best, you need to beat the best.
Yeah. Koyak terus. Terus. Jangan. Oh, this everyone's face. I mean, it's a bit cut off, but dia punya energy. Yeah. Just this. Yeah. You know, dia macam like I'm not gonna pose for this event. Tak payah nak posing.
Yeah.
I'm giving everything. Okay. Oh, lama ni.
Okay, this is 95 SEA Games. Same. So this is the team. We actually got bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we lost to Thailand in the semi-finals, 1-0. So then we beat Myanmar 4-0. Then we got the bronze. So I think this is just the team lining up to get their medals.
Wow,
so you can see all the
this is
players.
really a precious photo.
Yeah.
Tak jumpa online ni. Tak jumpa. Let me see whether we have any more throwback photos. Oh, okay. This is the same.
Yeah, same.
The same game.
This is my defensive partner, Subramani.
Are you close to him off pitch as well?
Yes,
Very
he became my assistant coach for when I was a SEA Games coach. So very loyal, very down to earth, very nice guy. And I think the Home United team, if you listen to the podcast from the Final Whistle, recently they interviewed Steve Darby, and Steve Darby actually quoted both of us, because both of us actually were the one who controlled the dressing room. Because we make sure that all the problems are being sorted. They never get past us. If they get past us, then we will. Then it has to go to the coach. So both of us were there to actually manage the players. So make sure that we stay in one bubble, and make sure everybody has that respect, that same values, and play together. And it's not all about personal glory. It's more about playing as a team.
I saw the Kidman just now early on. When the Kidman dia then.
No, this is not the Kidman.
Not the Kidman. Okay, tak apa.
This is the national team
Moving
Kidman.
along. I mean, it's a bit. Okay, anyway. This one. Okay. See the heartthrob moments. Dulu ada Tomorrow Sports Heartthrobs. Who is your number one? Kau tengok. Tengok sempat menyinggit kat sini. Who's your number? Sengaja tak letak kat sini.
I don't know why they put me there.
Sengaja tak, who's the number one? Macam like I'm telling you who should be number one. Kan? Kalau I the other place, I'm like, tak fair lah, ni politik lah semua ni. New season, new faces, new hope. This is 20.
This is 204. Yeah.
204.
Yeah.
Wow, these are really the prime, This one?
This is also 204.
204 as well.
Yeah, you can see how focused you see the players are. And this is actually during warming up. So,
warming up macam gini
Warming up, semua muka tengok very serious. Even Shahri Shah on the left.
Yeah.
Indra Shadan behind. You see, Daniel Bennett. So that's the vibes lah back then.
You are in it to win it.
We're in it to win.
Yes, as a team.
As a team.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's not like macam who does it better, kan?
Yeah.
Oh, ni klasik, tak dapat. kick off. Ini apa ni? Magazine kan?
Yes. So
Dulu
last time
ada,
besides stickers, we have magazine. We do look forward for magazine to know about players punya development.
Every month.
Yes, every month. Correct.
Every month. Lepas tu dalam situ ada pull out,
Posters.
Poster big deal dulu. Poster big deal. Kau tengok poster. I'm still like macam how can I forget how Abang Nazmi Nasir used to look like. Kan tu heartthrob ni. Handsome
very
ni.
Korean, right? Very K-pop.
Dia dah the Oppa brave before Oppa was Oppa. Okay.
Yeah.
He's the Oppa.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the original Oppa tau kat Singapore. Where are you? The baby of the house is here. Atas sikit. Tak nak kena scan ni. Ya Allah. Tangan aku, jari aku tak dapat naik atas. I'm trying bang. Tak dapat. Okay, but this is the a magazine just for soccer players then what is it? Is this a campaign?
Okay,
Fiona Nasir?
it's a campaign. Was doing it for Senior Citizens Awards. So Fiona Nasir was doing for the Chinese. I was doing it for the mainstream lah. So that gentleman beside me was actually a former referee. So he's been selected to be the citizen or one of the nominees for the Senior Citizen Award. Yeah.
This was in Singapore? Bukan?
This is actually one of my highlights for my coaching career. This is the time when I actually coached the under-23 team dekat Korea for the Asian Games. So we actually played 3 games and we won 1, we drew 1, and we lost 1. I think was a highlight because it was, I think, second international tournament as a coach. And this tournament, Hassan Bayhaki played in my team, and together with Safwan and Haris as well.
In your team?
Yeah, so I coached them.
Wah, you time ni 30?
No, this one is already 40.
40?
Yeah.
Apa ni? Makan apa ni? Makan ubat apa ni? Exercise. It's true. It's true. It's true. Macam aku tahu coach. Orang tak tahu. Macam aku exercise. Macam aku coach exercise religion. Macam gini exercise betul. Wow.
Okay, this is a 19-year-old lah. Ni menang dekat Shah Alam. So, was a reserve player. Came in only 9 minutes before the game end. I got the opportunity to replace Abah Sa'ad lah.
And Abah Sa'ad is a big name to replace that big shoes.
Correct. So you saw that I was wearing a jacket, right? Yeah. Actually, my jersey was taken by somebody else lah. After the game, we were celebrating, happy menang, first time in the national team and then menang Malaysia Cup kan. So there are 2 men, big men, came to the pitch and looking for my number. Then somebody ushered them to me lah. Said, "Are you this?" Yeah. We want your jersey. I said, "Why do you need my jersey?" "Oh, because one of the princess want your jersey." I said, "But it's wet." "It's okay."
That's why you want it.
But I don't know who's the princess.
Who's the princess? Princess dia punya level admirer bukan macam biasa. Macam like, I punya admirer, princess.
Jangan.
I punya level bukan, princess, some princesses.
But don't worry, I still love you, Azrin.
Tak. Dia macam, he doesn't even know who's the princess. The princess is like, it's me. Tak tahu, tak kenal siapa dia yang princess tu. Kuat cinta sama lu gitu. Azrin sampai mati kuat cinta sama lu. Wow. Can you imagine? I think she was so impressed by that game. I don't know. I mean, on the hindsight, I think siapa? The one that you replaced for the game. Abah Sa'ad must be like, wow, you like the game that he set out for.
Okay
one.
Yeah.
I mean, soalan cukup mas tu.
Cukup mas? Yeah.
Nak closing? Tak, soalan cukup mas.
Apa?
Tu.
Apa?
Why not?
Yalah, that one. Okay, so we just go through more photos. Okay, before we go through more photos, we just think about it. Like, why do you think, I mean, the headers of this is obviously part of it is Malaysian Cup.
Okay.
Kan?
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you, why do you think we are out of Malaysian Cup? Hang on.
Okay.
More victory photos. these are like really, I rasa macam triumphant days lah. Macam tak boleh. This is
Okay, this is actually my first SEA Games tournament as a coach. We got bronze. We lost to Thailand again in the semi-final, 1-0. We could have gotten to the finals, but unfortunately, not meant to be. But I thought this was something as my first maiden tournament, SEA Games. I won a bronze. I thought I have overachieved. That's one. Number two, we beat Malaysia because Malaysia, the team, Malaysia was the defending champion untuk SEA Games. So the SEA Games before this, they actually won.
Menang.
But
Dan awak kalahkan Malaysia that year.
Kalahkan Malaysia. Yeah. So third and fourth, we beat Malaysia. So I thought that was something special.
Yes, of course. I think this is the thing that macam dulu macam gini kita akan gaduh-gaduh online kan, ataupun that time tak ada online lah gaduh-gaduh kan. This is the magazine, the SEA Games special.
Yeah, SEA Games special, correct.
And you were part of it, of course. Oh ni tak sebelah Fandi letak big deal tau. Kalau macam like sebelah Aide lah letak macam like I'm next to Fandi. This is of course again with the president.
Yeah, the president. Yeah.
Okay. This was one of the most memorable, I would say, cover of the magazines.
Was it?
Yeah, because they satukan, the top 10 kan?
Yes.
The top 10 to 20, I think.
Top 10, I think.
Bujang paling hot.
Bujang paling hot. Yeah.
Bujang paling hot. And then everyone came, and then Aide Iskandar sleeveless no less. Dia macam, siapa tak pakai baju sleeveless ni
Oh, no wonder. No wonder. I've been arrowed.
Macam, siapa pakai baju sleeveless ni Aide ada workout pada hari apa, ada workout. So,
should have given to Izzat or Kadudin.
I think stylist sengaja. Dia macam like, I want to see. Of course, this I was like, this is 2000.
2000. Yeah. So
this is one of the more memorable, I think, cover sebab dia satukan. That time macam lelaki-lelaki ada in the entertainment scene. Correct. And you yourself tengah naik. 2000 baru start your career.
25, yeah.
Kan? 25 macam tengah hot. And you got married the year after.
That year.
That particular year.
Yeah. I got married a month later.
A month later.
This is April. So a month later I got married. I got married in May.
Patah tak boleh masuk lagi.
Dah tak bujang. Dia masuk magazine cun-cun Ni bujang hot.
Bujang.
Bulan depan kahwin. Engkau.
Bulan depan menjadi suami hot.
Tu lah. Ni kira kan macam Azrin drop mic. Mic drop macam ni. So these are of course beautiful days. We're going to shift back to the stadium. Bang, what do you think that we are no longer playing part of the Malaysian Cup?
Okay, I think one reason is there's a political reason. I think there were some issues. I'm not too cognizant or I don't know in greater details what actually happened. But I believe there were some issues in terms of gate revenues and stuff like that. Who should get more and who should get less. So that was one part. And then the other part is actually the management of FAS. Actually, they sat down and they think, they brainstorm and they felt that if we were to continue to participate in someone's league, we cannot be doing it forever. Okay, although it's good, but at the same time we need to have our own league, right? Because by having our own league, we can develop more players, more talents, and we also can create more employments. Banyak peluang.
Okay.
Kalau tak, you can only have 25 players representing this team for year in, year out.
Okay.
And then you'll be limited for the coach to actually select the players because there's no professional league. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So out of like macam what a sad thing that actually initially happened was actually a turning point.
Yes.
Untuk lagi banyak ada peluang.
Betul.
Untuk dapat compete and be chosen for the national team.
Agree.
Kan?
Yes.
Like now you as a coach of the national team has more choices.
More choices. Agree.
From the less popular clubs or popular clubs yang ada. We're going to give away and any last words abang before we leave, because I feel like I spent it could be longer, like I feel like macam to be honest, I have questions for Aide Iskandar yang belum terjawab pun, and it's already bang how long it has been.
I don't know. I don't
4:30
feel.
we start. Kan, I also didn't feel it. Kat depan kita, by the way, depan kita kamera, kita ada Casey yang jadi tukang timekeeper. 1 hour, 1.5 hours. It's been 2
2
hours.
Wow.
It's been 2 hours.
Okay.
We only had 1 drink break. We're going to give away this, and banyak soalan ni yang I dah siap. Oh, apa tu, like, what should I ask? Aide Iskandar. I put so much thought in it. Belum touch.
Yeah.
Kan? Belum
touch.
Orang kat depan. Round up. We're going to come back maybe with 2 questions lah. Abang Adi dah siap soalan.
Come back in the next episode.
Next episode.
Kali ni jangan seorang lah.
Bawa isteri bawa biar isteri luahkan perasaan.
Bawa isteri.
Dia memang macam gini. I kalau ajak dia memang segmen training je kerja dia. Apa tak? I confirm. Macam and then I put your wife on the other side so that you cannot control. Like tak boleh macam dia macam dia memang macam gini. I empat anak dengan dia ni. Kan birthday kita, I'm sure you miss a lot of birthdays.
Yeah, definitely.
Of your
I actually pity my 3 kids, the first 3 kids, because they don't get that much airtime with me. But the last one was, I think she had the best because I have a lot of time for her. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to not coach anymore, because I think I want to devote my time to the family for the lost time that I lose kan. So I think it's time for me to be with them, because they've sacrificed for me as well. So I think it's time for me to give that time, and that's the reason why you can see me going to holiday year in year out, is because this is the only time that I have with them. So you never know, once they get married they'll be having their own family. So
this revelation turning point, how did it come? Macam one day you wake up, that's it lah, tak boleh lah, tak boleh buat lagi lah macam gini.
I think
bila kesedaran tu menerpa.
I think the kesedaran menerpa because I think Allah has given me whatever I've wanted
in a career, family,
and I think I shouldn't be too greedy to keep wanting more and more and more, because you also need to think about getting closer to him.
You just woke up one day and you felt that.
Yes. And Alhamdulillah, so I did my first Umrah and I got that calling, and I felt that okay, I feel more peace now, and I have more time with the family, and I think my life is blessed. Alhamdulillah, rezeki bertambah-tambah.
Masya-Allah.
Then so I'm happy to contribute, not on the pitch but maybe off the pitch, So whatever advice I can give to the aspiring players, to aspiring coaches, I'll be more than happy to provide. If they need me to contribute in certain ways on how to strategize to make the Singapore football better, I'll be more than happy to also contribute, but not on a full-time basis, because I need to spend more time with my family.
Masya Allah. So you actually decided to quit coaching after Umrah?
Yes.
Abang tak nak jadi tu ke? Every live game, buat your own live and then you jadi commentary macam cakap.
I think you should, bang. Bang nak tak bawa kat studio kita, bang? kita collect,
Casey will
bang.
be a good commentator.
Bang, boleh bang? Bang, please bang. Yeah, for every live show, tengah tengok ni, and then you and Casey set up.
Okay.
I take social media. Aku nak part jugalah. Casey set up, Casey kat sebelah. I'll be like, as and when, like, okay, you need coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think because I feel like you come with so much, like the likes of you, Fandi Ahmad, come with so much wealth of experience and knowledge that Alhamdulillah you're still contributing.
Yeah.
But not at people punya expense, like not at expense. It's like orang tak boleh suka call you in the middle of the night, call you in the morning pukul 6 pagi, 7 pagi, that needs you, because your time first is family. And then if you have spare time, okay, boleh buat interview Fiza O. Kalau Fiza O panggil, okay lah. Kamu betul, setuju lah. Dia pun cakap, bang, please bang. Boleh buat untuk, kasih advice. But I feel like the young players are looking forward to learn. I think history is very important.
Yes, history is important. Without history, there's no reference for them to achieve more or to have a benchmark.
Yeah.
So it's good. I think there's something that I've discussed with the former players that I am trying to create something, and inshallah something is brewing in the future.
Yeah.
So there's something that for me to continue to make sure that history will not be airbrushed. Will also always continue be in people's memory, and also for these memories will be good for young players to actually look up and inspire them to be better than us.
And of course we want to give away the t-shirts, the national team t-shirts that are real vintage. But amongst all of the burdens yang you dah shoulder atas kepala you, atas bahu you as the captain, lepas tu as the coach, what do you think is the biggest stress yang that point of time you was like, it's waktu tu macam like terlalu berat untuk ditanggung?
I think expectations. I think we have to accept the fact that Singaporeans, the expectations are high, and I can't blame them because we are, most of us are educated, so most of us
driven by goals,
driven by success. So that burden, there was a time when I felt that I think I cannot manage the people's expectations. So I think it's time for me to take a step back and allow somebody else to manage the expectations and fulfill the expectations. But having said that, I think I've tried my best. I've given my all with the highest integrity. I never bend my principles or values in order to achieve any success. I make sure that every success that we do or I did with the highest integrity and with passion.
Bila let's say dia tengah kalah tengah kalah, and then you still have to play on the pitch for the next 10 minutes before the game ends.
Correct.
Next 20 minutes, and then you just know this game you cannot win.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will know.
Yes.
Ni, but how you continue? Macam you teruskan juga. Orang dah utuk atas, orang muka masam, orang dah nampak tau.
Correct.
And the mood terus boom.
Yeah.
But you cannot just like asal boleh main sampai base. You got to continue and pursue. But how is that more? How do you keep that morale?
I think it's important to make sure that if you're gonna be defeated, make sure you are defeated with your heads held high. So don't go in defeat with shame. That means you have to put in the effort, finish the game. Even you know that there's the slight, there's no way that you can actually win the game, but you still have to put in the effort to try to not concede, but to show to the people that actually you are trying. So that's the most important. Yeah.
Any last words bang? Apa tu? Do you oh my goodness. You got to really go close like right now. Sebab ada sebab tertentu, but do men cry? Do your players cry in the locker room like after a game?
Yes, they do. They cry, they shout, they scream, they laugh. All of them, they do that. So I've even made players cry. I've even I'll be honest here. I even took my boots and even threw at certain players. There are also players, senior players back then when I was young. They threw water bottles at me, okay? Because this is actually the demand that they set, the standard that they set, that they want to win. Okay, so we are very passionate and we are very driven. We make sure that we shouldn't slack. Any player shouldn't slack. So these are the things that behind the scenes that many people don't know. Yeah. So
because orang luar kecewa, disappointed.
Correct.
But I think no one gets disappointed than the player themselves.
Yeah.
As much as you want it, aku lagi nak.
Agree.
Kan, I really want it also. But so I wanted to know like sebab nampak okay but you actually kat belakang nangis, you scream, you get so disappointed with yourself. And I think mental health is all important.
All important.
Very important untuk you dapat maintain mental health. And I think how we're going to give away there's 2 jerseys. Okay. I rasa Aide Iskandar has given so much valuable points. Okay. And I feel like how do we share? I think someone that shares this, Casey. So can we share this? People who share the post on Facebook. I think we're gonna open lah. Doesn't matter if you're on Instagram or you're on your Facebook. If you share and tag me to make us known what is the biggest takeaway from today's episode dengan Aide Iskandar. Is that okay bang?
Yes.
Or what would you like?
I
What you
don't
prefer?
know. I
And then let us know
ability.
also like maybe one moment, precious moment of Aide Iskandar as part of the dream team or even as a part of the home team.
Yeah.
Apa your most memorable experience of menonton Aide Iskandar bermain atas pada bola sepak? Plus, what is the biggest takeaway from this interview? Let me know. We're gonna pick 2 winners untuk kita hadiahkan seorang satu this special national team t-shirt. Thank you so much. We can have it signed kat mana? Mana nak sign? Depan?
Yeah. I will sign it.
Boleh?
Depan
Boleh?
Ke belakang?
Kat sini, bawah sini. Bawah belakang boleh.
Belakang boleh.
Bawah nama, bawah nama.
Bawa nama. Bawa nama Okay, dah bawa nama. Okay. So, aku dah macam aku nak menang lah. Okay, bawa nama tapi tak ada menang. Okay, so don't forget to share and thank you Abang Aide. Follow Abang Aide juga. Instagram is private anyway, but it's at AIDEO5, AIDEO5 on Instagram. Are you on Facebook, bang?
Facebook pun sama. AD05 je.
Is it your page ke?
Tak, my
Fan page?
Tak, my
Personal page. Oh, abang pemalu, dia pemalu. Pemalu, masih pemalu lagi. Dia sembunyi dia macam tak apalah abang private je lah Fiza.
Private lah.
Yeah. So at IDO5, that's his account on Instagram and juga kat Facebook. And thank you so much. Once again, this has been Aide Iskandar. Woo!
Thank you so much, Fiza. Thank you so much, Casey. And thank you to everyone for watching.
Dan dari kami berdua, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you abang.
Okay. Thank you.
Tenang dia, penuh lengkap sepenuhnya. Setiap langkah